If you're on a Mac, one of the easiest ways to get Ruby installed is to use RVM. Open your browser and visit rvm.io. This is the Ruby version manager. And to install it, it's quite straightforward, but you will need a few minutes. To install RVM, there are two commands to run. The first one is not required in all cases, and I'll explain that in a moment. To start, let's copy the second command here, starting with curl. But make sure you don't include the backslash. You're going to paste the command into a terminal. On a Mac, type command space and type in terminal. This will open a terminal for you. I like to use the iTerm terminal, which is a third-party terminal with some additional features. So I'll run that. In your terminal, paste the curl command you copied from the rvm.io website and press enter. This will probably take a few minutes to run. It'll download the RVM source code, uncompress it and install it on your computer. So if your screen looks a little like this, it means that RVM has installed successfully. But take a look at the top here. It says found PGP signature at and this URL, but no GPG software exists to validate it, skipping. So what this means is I don't have any GPG software installed on this computer. So RVM in this case is not able to apply any additional verification on the download to make sure that it was correct. If you get an error here, something like GPG has failed, it means that you need to run this first command here and add the GPG key. This is how RVM will be able to verify it in this situation. Most likely you won't have GPG installed, so this probably won't be an issue for you. However, if you do need to install GPG, you can do so from using Homebrew. I recommend going to brew.sh and following the instructions there. Once you have RVM successfully installed, open a new window or tab in your terminal and type rvm-v to check that it's installed correctly. You should have a version number something like 1.26.11, though it might be a little higher if you're looking at this tutorial a little later on. Next, we want to install our very first version of Ruby. So to do that, we're going to use the RVM command line tool. We'll type rvm install 2.2.2, and that's currently the latest version of Ruby. And press enter. And this will most likely take some time. Once this RVM process has completed, it's actually compiled a version of Ruby and installed it on your computer. Your screen should look something like this, but to check that Ruby has installed correctly, we can type ruby space -v. Now you can see that Ruby's version here is 2.2.2 P95. P95 means the patch level, and there are from time to time patches to fix small bugs or make small enhancements. But generally speaking, we care about the fact that it's 2.2.2. Now don't worry, I haven't forgotten about Windows users. If you're running Windows, to install Ruby, you can simply use the Ruby installer. Go to rubyinstaller.org, click the download and follow the prompts to install.